how are you? Hope you're well. So, I'm actually here to film a general intro, so this will be the intro for 3 separate videos. I'm doing a little bit of a series where I read my boyfriend's favorite books. He'll be joining me in these videos, so the formatting is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to have my normal intros and then my normal outro. So I just wanted to pop in here, tell you what's going on, ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe if you like me or any of my videos, and enjoy this little series. It's really fun and I hope you like him. So the first book that I will be reading is Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I have started it at this point. I'm about halfway. This is the only Agatha Christie that he's read as far as I'm aware. I don't even remember why he picked it up. I think he just thought it looked interesting or the cover was cool. That's his bookshelf, by the way. Yeah, so that is the first book. I'm listening to the audiobook of it, and so far it's kind of boring a little bit, but we'll see. I know her books are very old, so it's kind of like read it for what it is, not for what you expect a new author would write kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited to finish it, see the hype, read my first Agatha Christie. I'll be back once I'm done with it, and he'll be here with us in spirit or really. I don't know. I don't know. This is very weird for me, and he's not here. But I'm gonna go. Wish me luck, because next time you see me, he'll be right there, right there. Hi. What are you doing? Can you sit up? We are rolling. So I finished Death on the Nile.
That's awesome.
What did you think? I finished it. I'll tell you my thoughts after you tell me yours. So what did you think of it?
Because it was like my first ever mystery novel, and she kind of invented the genre, so I enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, that's a lie. You read The Guest List by Lucy Foley before that.
That is true. Yeah.
So it wasn't your first. It was your second.
It was a really good second one. So good that I thought it was my first.
Okay. Why did you want me to read it? Take your time.
I don't know, I just thought it was a really good book. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know, it just felt like there's a lot of characters. It reminded me of, who's that? The Wedding.
The Guest List by Lucy Foley.
Yeah, it reminded me of Lucy Foley because backwards, Lucy Foley reminds people of Agatha Christie.
That was one thing that really confused me at the beginning, especially since I listened to the audiobook. Aside from Jacqueline, I cannot tell you a single person's name. There were just way too many people. I know. I don't know.
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot?
Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Well, he's French.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I genuinely, I could not keep track of all the characters, and, in my brain, I, see them, but I could not point out who's who at all.
One thing I really don't like, because in preparation for this, I watched a video summary, but the summary was kind of bad, and it compared it to the movie, and it showed the movie character. Hercule Poirot, in my head, way different than how they casted the movie. So for anyone listening, if you look up Pepper from Modern Family, that's who I think of as Hercule Poirot. I forget the actual actor's name. But in the movie, they just have some American dude.
He's French.
Who looked American. I didn't hear him speak.
Oh.
What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't fit in my mind.
Okay.
It's Pepper from Modern Family who fits.
I agree with that. In his little purple suit and weird tie thing.
Yeah. And he says bonsoir for no reason, except for the fact that he's French.
I know you don't rate books, but if you rated books, what would your star rating be for it?
I think I would give it a 3.5. Mostly because it was super basic mystery. It was good, but it was very basic mystery.
Almost like she created it, and that's why it's basic.
Possibly.
That was a problem I had, because I guessed who did it. I told you, yesterday or the day before, this is my guess, and I was, 100% correct. So, I felt really confused, because I'm I guessed it right. This is, very stereotypical murder mystery plotline. Nothing incredibly shocking, I guess, happened.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know, like, it was published in 1937, so it's like going into it with 2024 standards are kind of very unfair.
What did you think of the ending?
The ending, or the reveal of who did it?
The reveal of who did it, and then their reasoning for doing it, because I thought it was fucking stupid. Yeah, it's 1930s, but it was obnoxious.
I mean, I think I kind of called it especially because I listened to the audiobook, I was like, wow, this is just like every movie where like the inspector goes on like, and this is why you did it because this is why you did it. It's just like, take it down a notch.
Yeah, I find it very interesting. The only thing I don't, and I get we're criticizing like a nearly century-old book right now, where she like pioneered the genre, so it's gonna have its things to it. But one thing that always annoyed me is how Hercule Poirot is like at the end when he reveals what he thought about a mystery, like he's almost as omniscient as God at that point, where he knows down to the atom everything that has ever happened. He actually was you at one point.
Yeah, that was one thing that like I couldn't fully understand too, because he's like, actually I knew all along, and it's like how
Yeah.
How did you know all along? And also, if you knew all along, why didn't you say something on page 100? Why did you make me wait 300? So yeah.
He's Pepper from Modern Family. He likes a really good reveal.
That is true.
In a party.
Pepper would wait.
You would wait.
The ending though, after the culprit gets like caught, that I was very shocked. I was like, what?
Yeah. That's one thing I don't like about mystery books. Like, I like a big twist, and then I like a little ending, like a tiny twist, or like a subplot twist. When it's like you get the whole story, let's say 200 pages, you get to maybe page 150, a twist in the mystery comes, and then get to page 180, they solve it. And then every single page from 180 to 195 is like a micro twist, and it's like, enough.
That feels like a Frida McFadden book almost. Like she always just has to put like a lost little twist in the epilogue, and it's like, was that necessary?
In the next book that you do of this series that I'm very excited for, there is a twist like that in Jurassic Park. It's not like a classic twist. It is just this like, oh, and by the way, here's this other subplot that came out of nowhere that we have to solve in the last 40 pages. And it's like, no.
Was that in the movie?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
And it's like that subplot did not have to come out of nowhere, and it's boring.
Well, I guess, spoiler, Jurassic Park's next, so.
I mean, you could mute me.
Mute you, I'd have to cut out like 2 minutes of you speaking. But yeah, I ended up giving Death on the Nile, I ended up giving it 3.75 stars. Because I kept thinking about it, and it was really hard to like race it at first. Because I kept wanting to compare it to like None of This Is True, or House Across the Lake, or like every other mystery thriller that I like really, really love. But then I Googled it, I was like, when did this come out? And then I saw it was 1937. I was like, okay, if I was alive in 1937 and I read this, what would I have thought of it? Because I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of like when I read Dracula, and I was like, well, this isn't scary, but it's supposedly a horror. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, it was written in like the 1800s. Of course, it's not going to scare you.
Yeah, what did I give it again?
Did you say?
I don't know. I think 3.5.
3.5?
3.5.
Yeah, I also read some of the reviews on Storygraph and got really annoying because everyone's just like, it was just so slow, and it's like, it's written in 1937. What are you expecting?
Yeah, I remember there being some points. Oh, those are new stopwatches that I don't know how to work yet.
That's great.
I'm running a 5K, everyone. But yeah, there's some points in the story where I get it was essential and it like moved certain characters' progression, but there were some like you know when you watch like a TV show from like the 90s and 2000s back when they had filler episodes, and like those
They still exist, I feel like, but yes,
yeah,
continue.
but not a lot with streaming. Everything's like 8 super important episodes, and that's a whole season. But like there would be filler episodes which were like sometimes super boring, but they were also kind of essential for like character like arcs. That's how a lot of the midpoints felt in this book.
Kind of, yeah. I think the only thing was, like, I struggled to pay attention to this book, which the same happened with Dracula and Frankenstein, so I don't think classics capture me the way that the other books I read do, which is a shame. And then, like I was telling you the other day, the actual like recording for the audiobook was kind of bad, where obviously in like heightened situations people speak quicker and louder and stuff, and that's normal even in audiobook. I mean, you've listened to audiobooks, sometimes people speak quicker, but they always try to keep everything at the same pace and only really like change pace when you're like they're shouting or something. You know what I mean, right? But one of the characters, I don't remember his name, but he was helping Hercules with the case. Everyone else was on 1 times speed and he was on 1.75 times speed. Like, he was speaking so much quicker than everyone else that even on like 1.2 sometimes I like could not keep up with what he was saying, and he would yell all of the time as well.
There were a couple of characters I could never figure out or like wrap my head around or remember them. And it was a bunch of like men that all seemed the same to me, and I can't tell you any more than that because I don't remember them, but there's like 3 men in the cast of characters that were just like, I don't know, it was like a French guy, maybe a military guy, a lawyer or something.
I think I know exactly the men you're told. It was literally copy paste. I think it's the same characters that I kept thinking they were the same person, but then they weren't, and I was like confused.
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, I read this book a year and a half ago, and I have not thought about it until today, so that's why I don't remember a lot.
I think one was like the lawyer guy. One was the husband who gets shot in the leg. I don't think that's a spoiler. And then the other one, there's this really violent dude who kind of stood out, who was an American communist that wanted to marry a girl to prove a point. I don't know.
What a great review this is. We don't know anything about this fucking book.
Hopefully Jurassic Park goes better. But yeah. Anything else? Is there anything on your resume that you left out that you would like me to know?
No, but I would not like to move on to the next portion of the interview.